Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to automate employee onboarding. So I run a company and want my new employees to get onboarding guidance and submit documents automatically via WhatsApp. So for that I am going to build a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow, which is going to reduce your manual workload by providing you automation. So firstly in this video we are going to create a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. Now if a user will send a message, an automatic reply will be sent to them. So if you also want to build this automation or this chatbot, then let me take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video we are going to learn how to automate employee onboarding by creating a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. So right before you on my screen you can see this is the flow I have created for creating a WhatsApp chatbot. And not only this chatbot is going to save the responses provided by your employees to the Google Sheet. So now let's start building this automation, but before that I am going to show you the real working demo of this automation. For that let's move on to my WhatsApp with me. So here you can see I have already opened my WhatsApp, and now I am going to send a message to the number which I have already connected to my Pabbly Chatflow account, and here this number is saved as my test number. So here I am going to enter a message that is I am joining as the new employee. So now I am going to enter this message that is I am joining as a new employee, and afterwards we are getting a welcome message that is welcome to XYZ company. Let's get you on board smoothly. What would you like to do first? And here we are getting two buttons, that is submit documents and another one is no company info. So here I am going to select my first button, that is submit documents. So as I have selected my first button, submit documents, I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my full name. So now let's enter our full name, that is demo user. So here I am going to enter my full name over here, and afterwards I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my email address. So now let's enter our email address over here. So here I am going to enter this email address, that is demouser@pabblytudes.com, and afterwards I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my phone number. So here I am going to enter my phone number over here, and afterwards it is asking me to enter my department. So here I am going to enter my department. So here I have entered my department also, and afterwards I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my joining date. So here I am going to enter my joining date. So here I am going to enter my joining date also, and here it is asking me to enter my ID proof. So here I am going to provide my ID proof also. So here you can see I am getting this document of the ID proof, so I am going to just upload it over here. So here you can see I have uploaded my ID proof also, and as I have provided my ID proof I am getting a message that is thanks for submitting, you will receive further onboarding instructions soon, welcome abroad. And here you can see that our chatbot is working properly. Now let's select our second button, that is no company info over here, and as I have selected this button I am getting a message which consists of the company info PDF. So this is provided to me for checking the company info. So here you can see our chatbot is working properly. Now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether we are receiving the responses provided by our employees over the Google Sheet or not. So here you can see this is the Google Sheet I have created, name as employee onboarding, and here we are getting fields such as full name, email, phone number, department, joining date and ID proof. And here we are getting the same details which we have recently entered to our chatbot, that is full name as demo user, email as demouser@pabblytudes.com, phone number, department as finance and joining date. So this is the way a chatbot works. So now I am going to show you the process of how you can create your own WhatsApp chatbot by just using Pabbly Chatflow. Now for accessing the Pabbly Chatflow, you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/chatflow, and once you will enter the URL you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly, and here you can see we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user you can simply click over this sign in. But before moving on forward I am going to tell you about Pabbly community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly community where automation users, marketers and business owners gathers to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant update regarding using the Pabbly applications. So you can also join Pabbly community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly community you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to a Pabbly Chatflow again, and here I am going to simply click over the sign in as I already have an account on Pabbly Chatflow. And as you finish your sign up you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see these are the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to create a chatbot, we just have to access this Pabbly Chatflow app by clicking on this Access Now button. And as you will click on Access Now, you will be getting the dashboard page of Pabbly Chatflow. And on this dashboard page, you can see these are the numbers I have connected to my account. You can also add your WhatsApp number by just clicking on this Add WhatsApp Number button. And here you can see we are getting two options, that is WhatsApp Connect and Manual Token Connect. So if you want to integrate your WhatsApp number, you can simply click over this WhatsApp Connect, and if you want to connect with token number, you can simply click over this Manual Token Connect. And if you want to learn more about this process, you can find video link in the description given below. Now moving on to the sidebar, you can see these are the features provided by Pabbly, and if you wish to learn more about these features, you can find video link in the description given below. Now if you wish to create your own folder, you can simply click over this Create a New Folder button and create your own folder. And as we are going to create a chatbot, we just have to access flows given on the sidebar. So for that, let's click on the flows over here. And as you will click on flows, you will be getting this flow builder page, and here you can see these are the flows I have created in my account. And now I am going to show you how you can create your own flow from scratch. For that, you simply have to click over this Add Flow button and you will be landed to the flow page. And on this flow page, you can see we are getting the option for entering the flow name. So now let's provide a name to our flow here. So here I am providing it the name Automate Employee Onboarding. You can provide name according to you. Now further, we are getting the option for trigger. So now you might be thinking, what is this trigger? So trigger is basically the word which is going to initiate our chatbot. Now on this trigger, we are getting the option for trigger event. So here you can see we are getting many options for trigger events such as keyword rejects match, user starts conversation, template selected, WhatsApp template delivered, contact added to contact list, custom field updated, and tag assigned. And here I am going to keep it as the same, that is keyword rejects match. Now you might be thinking, what is this keywords and rejects? So keywords are the words that are going to initiate our chatbot. Now let's say I want to initiate my chatbot as soon as someone will enter a message that is new employee. So for that, you just have to make this word that is new employee as your keyword. So for that, you just have to type it and press the enter key, and here our one keyword is ready. Now further, we are getting the option for entering the regex. So regex is basically the short form for the regular expressions. These are used for the specific user input, and if you want to trigger any message, you can enter regex like this. Now if someone sends me a message, I want to send them a welcome message. For that, you just have to drag and drop, and here you can see we are getting the option for text button. By selecting this text button message, you will be getting a dialog box where you can enter the message which you want to send to your employees. So now let's enter our message over here. So here you can see I have entered this message, and I have entered this sentence, that is welcome to XYZ company, between these asterisk signs to make it bold. Now I am going to add some buttons. So for that, you simply have to click over this add button, and you will be getting a dialog box where you have to enter the text of your first button. So now let's create our first button over here. So here I have created my first button. Now I am going to add one more button. So for that, you simply have to click over this add button, and again you have to enter the text of your another button. So here I have created even my second button. Now as soon as someone will select this first button, that is submit documents, I am going to ask some questions from my employees. So for that, you simply have to go to actions, and here you can see we are getting the option for ask questions. So just select it and you will be getting a question action, and here you can enter the question which you want to ask from your employees. So here I am going to enter my first question asking for the full name. So here you can see I have entered my first question asking for the full name. Now further, we are getting the option for selecting the contact custom field. So here you can see these are the contact custom fields I have created. You can also create your own contact custom fields. For that, you simply have to go to settings, and here you can see we are getting the option for contact custom fields. So just select it and create your own fields. Now I am going to select the contact custom field as full name over here, and the format I am going to select is any. Now if someone will provide the answer of this question, again I am going to ask them another question. So again you have to click over this ask question. So here I have entered my second question also asking for the email, and the contact custom field I have selected is email, and the format I have selected is any. Now again I am going to enter another question asking for the contact number. So here I have entered another question asking for the phone number, and the contact custom field I have selected is phone, and the format I have selected is any. Now again I am going to enter another question question asking for the department. So here I have entered this question asking for the department, and the contact custom field I have selected is department, and the format I have selected is any. Now again I am going to enter another question asking for the joining date. So here I have entered another question asking for the joining date, and the contact custom field I have selected is date, and the format I have selected is date, and as I have selected the format as date, I am getting the option for entering the number. So here you have to enter the number of attempt you want to provide to your customer. Now as soon as someone will provide all these details, I am going to save these responses over the Google Sheet. So for that you just have to use this API request, and this API request is going to connect Pabbly Chatflow and Pabbly Connect, and Pabbly Connect can integrate different applications. So we are going to integrate the application that is Pabbly Chatflow and Google Sheet for saving the response of our employee over the Google Sheet. Now let's firstly connect this question node with this API request, and here I am going to paste the webhook URL. So for getting the webhook URL, we just have to visit the Pabbly Connect. Now for accessing the Pabbly Connect, you just have to go to all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see this is the all Pabbly apps page where we are getting the option for Pabbly Connect. So now we just have to access this Pabbly Connect by clicking on this access now button, and as you will click on access now, you will be getting the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, and here you can see these are the folders I have created, and if you wish to create your own folder, you can simply click over this create a new folder button and create your own folder. Now here I am going to show you how you can create your own workflow which can integrate Pabbly Chatflow and Google Sheets. So for that you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and you will be getting the option for selecting the workflow builder. So here you can see we are getting two workflow builder, that is beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So for that you simply have to click over the select button, and you will be getting a dialog box where you have to provide a name to your workflow. So here I am going to provide it the same name which I have provided to my Chatflow. So now let's enter this name. So here I have entered this name, that is automate employee onboarding. Now further we are getting the option for selecting the folder. So from here you can select the folder. So I will be selecting this folder, that is Pabbly Chatflow. Now we simply have to click over this create button, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up which says workflow created successfully, and we are successfully landed to our workflow page. And on this workflow page you can see we are getting the option for add trigger. So you just have to click over this add trigger button, and now you might be thinking what is this trigger? So trigger is basically the action which is going to initiate your workflow. So I want to initiate my workflow as soon as I receive a new message over the Pabbly Chatflow. So for that I am going to select my trigger app as Pabbly Chatflow. So here you can see we are getting the option for Pabbly Chatflow. So let's select it, and afterwards we are getting the option for selecting the app event. So here I am going to select my app event as new message received, and afterwards we are getting the option for connect. So let's select it, and here we are getting the webhook URL. Now this is the webhook URL which we have to paste over the API request. So let's copy this webhook URL, and now let's move on to a Pabbly Chatflow, and on this API request I am going to paste this webhook URL. So on this API request it is asking me to select the method. So I will be selecting my method as post, as I want to post my employee details over the Google Sheet. Now we just have to paste the webhook URL which we have recently received from the Pabbly Connect, and on the parameter section it is asking me to enter the key and select the contact custom fields. So here I am going to enter my first key as full name. So here I have entered my first key, that is full name. Now I am going to select my contact custom field as full name over here, and afterwards I am going to add field, that is email. Now I am going to select my contact custom field as email. Now I am going to add more fields for which I want to save my data, that is contact number, department, joining date. So now let's enter our keys and the contact custom fields. So here you can see I have added 4 more keys, that is phone number, department, joining date, ID proof, and I have selected the contact custom fields based on the keys. Now we just have to click over this test button for sending the response to our Pabbly Connect, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up which says API request successful. Now let's move on to the Pabbly Connect and check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see I am successfully receiving the response, that is response A, with the keys and the contact custom field which I have recently added to the API request. So here we are done with our trigger app. Now we just have to set up our action step. So for that you just have to click click over this add new actions tab button and you will be getting this action setup page. And here we have to select our action app as Google Sheet, as I want to save the data over the Google Sheet. So here I am going to select the Google Sheet, and afterwards I am getting the option for selecting the app event. So I am going to select the app event as add new row. Now we simply have to click over this connect button for building the connection between Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect. And as we are landed to the Google Sheet connections page, here you can see we are getting two options, that is add new connection and select existing connection. So if you wish to add a new connection, you can simply click over this add new connection button and sign up your Google account. But here I am going to use this, that is select existing connection, as I already have an existing connection. Now we simply have to click over the save button for saving this connection, and here you can see we are getting some of the fields. So here we just have to select the spreadsheet on which we want to save our data. So here I am going to select my spreadsheet which I have recently created, named as employee onboarding. So now let's select this spreadsheet over the Pabbly Connect. So here I am going to just refresh this, and afterwards I am going to select this spreadsheet, that is employee onboarding. And as I have selected the spreadsheet, my sheet has been changed to sheet 1 and we are getting the fields for which we have to save the data. And here I am going to perform the mapping. So now you might be thinking, what is this mapping? So mapping basically makes the field dynamic, means you don't have to enter your data again and again. The responses will be replaced as the new responses will be arrived. So here I am going to map my full name from the response which I have received from the Pabbly Chatflow. So for that, let's click over this full name, and afterwards I am going to just click over this Pabbly Chatflow. So I am going to map my full name, and afterwards I am going to map my email. Now I am going to map my phone number. So here we are getting the phone number, so let's map it, and afterwards I am going to map my department. So here we have got the department also, and afterwards I am going to map the joining date. So here we are getting the joining date, so now let's map it. And here we are going to map the ID proof. So here we are getting the ID proof, so let's map it, and we are done with our mapping. Now we just have to click over the save and send test request to check whether we are receiving the response, and here you can see we are successfully receiving the response. Means we have successfully built the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Chatflow. Now let's move on to the Google Sheet and check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. And here you can see we are successfully receiving the contact custom fields which we have selected over the API request. Now let's move on to Pabbly Chatflow again, and here we have to click over the save button for saving the responses, and afterwards I am going to add my status fallback. Now you might be thinking, what is the status fallback? So status fallback is the final message which we are going to send to our employees. So for that you just have to drag and drop, and here I am going to select text button, and here I am going to enter the message which I want to send to my employees. So here you can see I have entered this confirmation message for my employees. Now let's enhance our second button, that is no company info. So for providing the company info, I am going to provide a PDF of the company information. So for that you just have to drag and drop, and here you can see we are getting the option for media. By selecting media, you can provide any type of media such as audio, video, document, etc. to your employees or clients. So here I am going to select my media type as document, as I am going to provide a PDF of the company information. As we have selected the media type, we are getting the option for enter or paste URL or drag or drop a file here. So here I am going to drag a file here. So now let's click over here, and here we are landed to our download section, and on this download section you can see we are getting the option for company info. So let's select it and paste this document over here. And here, as I have pasted my document, I have already got the URL for this file. Now here I am going to provide a caption, that is company info. So here I have provided the caption. With this we are done with our flow. Now we simply have to save this flow. So for that you just have to click over the save button, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up which says flow updated successfully, means we have successfully saved our flow. Now I am going to show you how we are receiving message from our customer and how we are sending them the automated replies. For that you just have to move to my inbox with me given on the sidebar, and as you will click on inbox you will be landed to the inbox page, and here you can see these are the numbers I have connected to my account, and on this particular number you can see I am successfully receiving the response from my employees, and our automated replies are successfully sent or delivered to them. And one point has to be noticed, that this is following the path which we have created through our flow. Means if a user sends us a message, we are going to send them a welcome message. Now if the user selects our first button, that is submit documents, we are going to ask them a question regarding the full name. So this is the way a chatbot works. So you can also create a chatbot like this by just using Pabbly Chatflow for creating this chatbot and using Pabbly Connect for saving the responses provided by your employees or clients. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations and chatbots like this. Thank you for watching this video. So you can create many more chatbots like this by using Pabbly Chatflow. Now if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can write it on forums.pabbly.com. But if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Chatflow for free now.